Well, hello everyone. I'm sliding and I'm gliding on in. It has been a few weeks and I hadn't gone live because I'm waiting on all the tea, This is Miss Toyicha. For those YouTubers, make sure you hit subscribe and the alert button so you will get notified as soon as there's another video that hits for more information on how to help you get to your next level, keep you knowledgeable, and hey, help you thrive. So I'm going to talk about some news, some tea, okay? We're going to talk about the stimulus, the second stimulus check, when it is supposed to arrive, what the Democrats and the Republicans are bickering about, how it affects us. We're going to talk about the SBA money. We're going to talk about many, many things. And especially one of the number one things, how you can make some money and survive during this pandemic. Okay, so I'm going to start off. I have to put on my glasses because you know I cannot see. Okay, so that's definitely a personal problem that I have. Okay, so make sure you hit share. So I want to let people know that I did add information on the SetFreetax Pro website regarding help, because a lot of people are going to need some legal help because of the SBA scams. Some people did not, and I repeat, some people honestly did not know that the SBA money was major federal funds and that they actually could go to prison for misusing the funds, providing misleading information, and saying that they had a business when they didn't have a business. I think to myself, how could you not know? But hey, some people just listen to people around the block and they definitely don't have the knowledge. And what happens is you end up being caught up while they run off and do what it is that they do and continue to hurt people. So in this situation, once again, I tell people, if you receive received SBA money fraudulently, just back away, slowly back away from the money. Okay, Miss Toy, oh, you see all my, I got a little glitter in my cup, some lights, some LEDs. So what I'm saying to you, honey, is back away from the money. Do you hear me? Back away from the money, gather it all together and send it on back. Send it on back. Send it on back to the SBA. Do you hear me? Auntie Toy is talking to you. I'm telling you to give the money back. Okay, look. One of the SBA officers actually contacted me and said, hey, just have them call us. And I think to myself, no, SBA, they don't want to talk to you. Why do they want to talk to you? So you can ask them a whole bunch of questions so they can get caught up and not knowing what their actual business name is, what their EIN number is. What? Oh, I forgot. They applied and they really don't have a business, so they don't know any of that information. Hell no, they don't want to talk to you. Okay, so that message is gone, deleted, forgotten about. So Auntie Toy is coming to you directly because I don't want you to go to jail. I don't. Look, I don't want you to go to jail. I don't want you to go to prison. I done told you before the news even let out the information that the SBA was forming a task force to go ahead and investigate all of these fraudulent applications with misleading fraudulent information. I told you that before they told you that because I'm always going to share inside information. I'm always going to share inside information. I'm always going to tell you the truth, okay? So what I'm saying to you is that you do not need to call the SBA. You can go ahead, gather all that money together, gather that money together, and go ahead and send it back to the SBA so you don't have any criminal charges against you. Because see, this is the thing. A lot of people don't understand when you deal with federal money and there are felony charges, whatever, they bar you from federal funds. Do you understand that federal funds means no more Section 8? That means no more food stamps. That means no more cash aid. That means no more FHA loan, that means no more federal student loans. Do you understand how that can ruin your life? Do you actually think $10,000, $20,000 is worth your freedom? Do you actually think $10,000, $20,000 is worth you being away from your kids? Do you actually think $10,000, $20,000 is worth you not receiving additional assistance that you and your kids or your family may need? Think about it. I'll give you a second. Okay. Send the money back. Okay, so if you need some information, once again, because I had an influx of phone calls, complete influx of phone calls regarding this after my viral SBA video 3 weeks ago. Actually, 25,000 people watched that video and counting. The stimulus video from March got over 600,000 views. I can say thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for sharing. And you know that when I send these videos out, it's because I care. Look, at the beginning and the end of the day, I don't care whether you hold on to that money or not, but I'm giving you the information because I want to save you from chaos. Not just you, but your family too. You know, whatever, being in need, being greedy, I don't know what the reasons are, but whatever the case may be, if you want to send that money back, I have the information available at setfreetaxpro.com. I created a page just for you because I had multiple calls, texts, emails, and I figured, hey, if I put it on the website, it's there. So if you go to setfreetaxpro.com, click on SBA funding and assistance, you can get the address. If you want to call the SBA, that's on you. I suggest that you don't. I suggest that you just gather the money and send it back. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I suggest. Okay, if you need legal assistance, okay, look, I posted it early on my Facebook page, Instagram, LinkedIn, because I'm being sincere. The NAA Worldwide, which is a third-party organization that helps those who are self-employed, gig workers, 1099 contractors, it's a great organization to be a member of for small businesses as well. Okay, they set up a hotline for legal assistance regarding this SBA fraud. So you can ask questions. You can ask a legal assistant, attorney questions regarding your personal situation. A lot of people have asked me questions. I have assisted the best I can, which always comes to the resolution of send the money back. That's generally all I'm going to tell you. A lot of people have vented their issues to me, which I don't mind talking to people about their issues and what's going on. I recognize I'm almost like a life coach as well. Look, I done been through enough hell and fire to give you some advice and tell you the right thing. So I will tell you that. But the thing is, seriously, on a serious note, if you need legal advice, you can contact the NAA. Once again, you can go to my website. I uploaded everything. If you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody on the phone because you're scared if they're going to ask you multiple questions that you may or may not know, or you're just scared, that's fine. You can send an email. Send an email with your questions. I don't know, make up a fake account and send the email from there. Whatever you want to do in order to get your questions answered so you will know what to do when the SBA Legal Task Force comes for you. And that's for those who have, once again, fraudulently completed paperwork or had misleading information. Okay, so I want to talk to you all. Some of y'all say, hey, that doesn't have anything to do with me, honey. And I said, okay. So let me talk to you, the people who have the money and they have a business and they're clear. So I want to tell you this. Because some people scammed the system, the SBA, in getting that money, they're going to make it very, very, very hard for those who actually have the money. When I say very hard, I mean in the sense of auditing. So those people who have the money, rightfully so, did my son just walk? Boy, if you don't put on a shirt walking through my live video, Lord have mercy, y'all. Okay, so whatever the case is, I lost my train of thought. I can't believe my son just walked past here with no shirt on. Okay, so what I want to say is, for those who have the money, rightfully so, you need to make sure that you keep proper records on everything that you spent that money on. Have your bank statements, receipts, keep notes, attach it to paper with your notes, everything like that, in order to safeguard yourself from a major audit. Because when you have federal money, they can come at you at any given time to audit you for federal funds. Like I said, this wouldn't be such a big deal if it was a nonprofit who was just giving you money to help you out, and I don't know, some other corporation gave you some money just to help you out. No, it's federal funds. They don't play, they don't play, they don't play. So I feel sorry for those who got caught up, once again, who just didn't know, and somebody in the neighborhood just told them it was free money. I've heard a variety of stories that just blow my mind. And I wish that, you know, I would have known sooner about this so-called hustle that was going on, so I could have saved some people. However, a lot of people did call me, text me, email me, and thank me for saving them prior to applying or going through somebody off the street to, you know, apply for this grant. And the crazy thing that I laughed at is like, wait a minute. Did you take a look at the application? The application only took about 10 minutes to complete, just 10 minutes. And some of these people pay somebody $2,000, $3,000 to do an application that took 10 minutes. Is general information about yourself that you should have known. You should know. I mean, generally, when it comes to having a business, you have your fictitious business name statement, you have your EIN, you have some type of business structure, LLC corporation, or some people choose to have a sole proprietorship. That's fine, but you have some paperwork, you have a business account. So here's the thing, some people just don't know, and that's okay. I understand, and that's why I'm here to educate you. Okay, I do business consultations. I've been running businesses ever since 2004. So I have 16 years of experience doing this. So I'm not going to steer you wrong. I've been through ups and downs. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. I've lost money doing certain things. Look, I know what I'm doing. So I'm here to help you so you don't make some of the mistakes that I did, and give you knowledge to thrive and succeed. So let's talk about the stimulus. I'm going to get off my soapbox regarding the SBA. So the stimulus, that's what everybody wants to talk about. It's only the two top things that people really want to talk about. Y'all want to talk about, hey, the second stimulus check, and the second thing you all want to talk about, unemployment. There are many other factors in the package, and I'll just skim over those because, once again, I know the most important are the unemployment and the regular stimulus. So I want to say that the second stimulus, first and foremost, is going to go off of your 2019 taxes. 2019 taxes, most recently filed taxes. So if you haven't completed 2019, and basically they'll go off of 2018, you lose if you had another dependent on, say, that you took care of in 2019. So you may want to go ahead and file 2019 if you haven't yet. Okay, and if you need my services for that, it's $149 for individuals, businesses, $199 and up. And you can go to setfreetaxpro.com for that. Okay, so talking about the stimulus. So we have the Democrats with the HEROES Act. We have the Republicans with the HEALS Act. They have all these acronyms, but what it comes down to is this. The HEROES Act is a $3 trillion package, while the Republican HEALS package is only $1 trillion. So there's a $2 trillion difference, which means that there's a lot of cuts that affect you, me, your children, other family members. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. When it comes to unemployment, most of you all will see that your next unemployment check is going to be short because the additional stimulus ended on Saturday. even though they said the 31st, but the end is Saturday based upon how you fill out the paperwork. So I'm reading from my notes here because I don't want to forget much. So the Democrats are saying that they want the $600 stimulus to continue until March 2021, while the Republicans are saying, hey, basically the Republicans are saying people are being lazy. 30 million people are being lazy on unemployment and collecting the extra $600 per week, and they need to get off their behinds and go to work. That's basically what the Republicans are saying, but they're failing to recognize that most of those people who lost their jobs no longer have health care benefits. They no longer have other dependent care, flexible spending accounts, and all these other things. So now they have to pay all these things out of their pockets. Just going to the doctor may cost you $400 or $500 in a visit, and Lord behold, please don't go to the emergency room just for a cost that may cost you, $3,000 to $4,000. It's absolutely ridiculous. So they're not taking into account. They're not taking into account that grocery bills are going sky high. Stores are charging it seems like an increase of at least 10 to 15% on some items. I paid like $8.99 for some bacon the other day when I'm used to seeing it at $4.99, and I'm like, what's special about this bacon? There's some gold in it. I mean, what's going on? So, in addition to that, we have the fact that the kids aren't going back to school. Well, mine ain't going back to school. I'm sorry. They're not going back to school. So they're eating most of us out of house and home. I have 3. The grocery bill went from $400 a month when they were in school to $1,000. Do you hear me? I'm spending over $250 a week. Over $250 a week on food. They just eat. So what I'm saying is that when it comes down to it, the Republicans need to recognize that there's a lot of people suffering, and everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and everybody isn't wealthy. So you have to recognize that you have to help the people instead of bailing out all these major corporations who make millions and billions of dollars, and all of a sudden when we go through a pandemic, they're scurrying around. What have they been doing with their money? How come they don't have savings and investments with all these millions and billions of dollars? Why do they need billions of dollars of bailouts when we have people, everyday working people, who are living paycheck to paycheck, some not by choice? Now, there are those who make bad decisions, and that's why they live paycheck to paycheck, or because they haven't learned how to invest properly. They don't know how to save, but that's where I come into. Because if you go to SetFreetax Pro and click on stock trading, I will show you how to trade stock. I will show you how to budget. I will help you get on the right track. That's why I'm here. So let me get back to the stimulus. Okay, so what the Republicans are proposing is basically that $200, they want to reduce the unemployment stimulus to $200. $200 from $600, so they're taking $400 a week away from working families. And then basically they want to do the $200 stimulus until December. Thereafter, they propose that each person on unemployment benefits only gets 70% of their wage income. So it's going to take, it's going to take a whole lot of manpower for the Employment Development Department to calculate over 30 million claims at 70%, go through every file to see how much this person create software. That's just a whole lot of problems. Okay, Democrats are like, keep it simple and just give people the extra stimulus at a certain amount, and let's rock with it, and let's help our people. Okay, and I agree with it. I don't agree with making anything more complicated than it really needs to be. So, like I said, calculating 30 million people's used to be income at 70% is going to take a lot of manpower. And I don't think they have that type of manpower. So I think they're losing more money trying to do that instead of just going ahead and continuing the $600 stimulus. So once again, look for your checks to be a little short coming up this next week or the next few weeks until the Senate and the House get together and go ahead and agree on a deal. Okay, so let's talk about direct payments because everybody's like, when is that stimulus check coming? Okay, so listen, the Senate and the House think that they can go on vacation anytime they want when their work is not finished. Like, who does that other than them? So they can actually go back on vacation from August the 7th until Labor Day if they choose to, and still not even have voted on any of this. And it's absolutely ridiculous. The world is in chaos, and they're like, hey, I'll just take another month off. I ain't gotta worry about this. Come on and let's go on the yacht and party, baby. Okay, that's not fair. That's not right. They need to go ahead, handle their business, take care of business, take care of the people. So when it comes down to the Republicans are saying, hey, let's give everybody a direct stimulus again for about $1,200, $500 per dependent, but not maxed out per age. In the sense of last time, it was at the age of 17, you couldn't get the stimulus for your dependent on your taxes. So this time around, they're saying that there's no age limit for your dependent. So if it's an elderly parent that you claimed as a dependent, you would get that extra $500 maxed out at $6,000 per household. Okay, so that's how that would work. The income limits, adjusted gross income, $75,000 or lower. For couples, $150,000 or lower. And anyone who makes over and above that, it will be adjusted at 5% decrease per $1,000. Okay, once again, the same situation applies. If you owe back child support, they will apply your stimulus towards child support. That hasn't changed. If you have any back taxes, other creditor debts, there will be no levy or garnishment against your stimulus. So what the Republicans are saying is it's pretty close. It's pretty close to what the Democrats are saying. It looks like no matter what, people will get at least a $1,200 stimulus. It's just, hey, is it going to be extra $500 per dependent, or will it be an extra $2,000 per dependent? So we'll see how they work that out. So I know that those were the most two important pieces of the package that you all want to know about. I'll just skim through the rest of this. The Paycheck Protection Program, the Republicans want $2 million instead of the $10 million for 300 employees or less. Businesses with 300 employees or less and who have lost at least 50% of revenue would be eligible for the Payment Protection Program this time around. They are looking to give schools, anybody in school from K all the way up to college, they want to allocate $1 billion towards reopening. $1 billion. I'm like, woo! Where are they getting this money from? $1 billion towards reopening schools. Republicans want liability protection. Republicans want liability protection for businesses, schools, nonprofits, and other entities who are in business liability protection to say that, hey, you cannot sue. You cannot sue if you contract the coronavirus at their facility. Right now, there is no law protecting any business, any church, anybody from suing somebody if they got coronavirus at their establishment. So the Republicans want to protect people. Actually, I'm kind of in the middle of the road regarding that. I believe that if a business or some type of establishment is negligent and they haven't taken any precautions, they don't have hand sanitizer around, they don't have, additional masks for people to put on, they're not enforcing any of the legislation right now in order to keep people safe and keep people safe, then I think that somebody, you know, could have the right to sue. But at the same time, you do have your own will. So you went there and you already know that we're going through a pandemic. So, you know, I think to myself, why would I sue American Airlines if I got the coronavirus? I chose to fly. So, yeah, that's kind of iffy. So, oh, and I just want to say I'm coronavirus free. I get tested all the time because I travel, I fly a lot, I'm all over the place. Okay, so what the Democrats want to do, the Democrats want to regulate OSHA and make them create new regulatory laws that regulate employers and other establishments to make it law that they have some type of coronavirus safety procedures in place for their employees and for those who frequent their facilities. All right, I'm going to see here. Does anybody have any questions? Let me see here. All right, I'm probably going to have to come back to the questions because I have the video on a different view, so I'm not able to see everything treading, but I will say hello to everyone. Thank you all for watching. Okay, so once again, the Senate or the House, they can vote at any time. It could be any day, any hour on the next stimulus. Now, if they approve the next stimulus by the end of the month, you can expect a stimulus by next month in August, mid-August, late August, and they'll continue, it looks like, through the rest of the year. Now, some people are saying, hey, I never even got the first stimulus, and they're talking about a second stimulus. I'm frustrated with everything. I get it. So this is what's going to happen. Okay, if you didn't get the first stimulus, you didn't get the second stimulus, there's some issue with your address, your bank account, some issue with your taxes, then on your 2020 taxes, you'll be able to claim each credit and you'll get it on your taxes for this upcoming tax season. So you'll be able to recover it. Now, for those who are still waiting on tax refunds, there's a lot of people still waiting on tax refunds. The IRS is going to have to pay you interest. Yes, it's their turn to pay interest, baby. You know, because every time you owe, they're taking on those penalties and fees. They have no mercy. Okay, so this time they have to give you 3 to 5% interest off the money that they held, okay? Now, they still have trailers and trailers of mail that they have not opened, okay? They're about 2 to 3 months behind. I'm getting text messages and people are saying, hey, do you know what's up with my, taxes? I go to irs.gov to track my refund and there's nothing there. It says still processing. It's because the IRS simply hasn't gotten to your file yet. And just keep checking. Just keep checking. Just keep checking. It's really frustrating. I understand, especially when you need it. During these times, I say take advantage of the situation. If you have something on the side and you want to go ahead and settle your tax debt, you have options. There's an offer and compromise where you can settle tax debt for pennies on the dollar. I've helped clients settle $30,000 worth of debt for $5,000 with 24-month payments, or sometimes people have the money on hand and they just say, here, go ahead and take this money, honey, and I want to be done with it. So when you go back to work, you're not dealing with the IRS levying your bank account, God forbid, and they're not garnishing your wages. You don't want that. Right now, the IRS in these times have started collecting again. So if you owe the IRS, you do need to set up some payment arrangements. And a lot of people are saying, hey, I can't get them on the phone. I understand the frustration in that. I say, hey, wake up early. You have to be up at 6 a.m. trying to get on that line to talk to somebody. And if not, just go to irs.gov, click on installment agreement, and you can get an installment agreement situated right there online. Once again, I will give you every single website that I have mentioned in order to help you. A lot of people have said they needed transcripts. They don't have their tax returns. They need a tax return transcript. You can get that online as well at irs.gov. Click on transcripts, or either you can contact the automated transcript line. You're going to have to verify some information because I want to make sure that you're you and not sending out information to someone else. Okay, so that's what you need there. Evictions. Got to talk about evictions, okay? So if any property has been funded with federal funds, okay, they can ask you to leave at the end of the month, but they cannot force you to leave until at the end of August the 24th, around there. Okay, so I will post that website again so you can find out if the property that you live at has been funded with federal funds. Once again, if they're funded with federal funds, they can't evict you, forcefully ask you to leave until August the 24th. Okay, I also, want to let you all know, for those who are in the midst of being evicted, each locality, every county, city has been allocated money in order to help people from the CARES Act, from the first stimulus. They have money to help you. Okay, so go to your city's website, your county's website, in order to find out what funds are available. Okay, money is there. You just have to apply for it. Okay, so make sure you do that. All right, so the last thing, that I want to say is, hey, thank you so much, everyone. Just, for your love, your text, your emails, your inbox messages. Some of you all just sent me love gifts, and I'm just like, you guys are just so awesome. I love you. I love you, social media. I love you, you, and you, and you, and you. Make sure you subscribe. You join the YouTube channel as well. That is definitely growing like very fast, and I appreciate you. So if you need additional services, credit repair, taxes, debt settlement, mortgage loans, if you're interested in boosting your immune system, protein shakes, losing a little quarantine weight, you know what I'm saying? You can go to Get Set Free Weight Loss. Some of you all saw my new quick video that I did regarding my protein shakes, and thank you for your orders, and they are on the way. So I just want to let you all know, okay? Make sure that you remember, okay, that somebody needs your love. Continue to have faith. Never give up. It's usually when you're about to give up that God is about to show up and show out. Let me be a testimony to you all that God will give you double for your trouble. Okay, God is blessed in so many ways, and I'm his child, you're his child too. So the same blessings that I have encountered, they're waiting on you too. So there's never any reason for you to be jealous of anyone when you serve the same God Almighty. Make sure that you keep your faith, believe, continue to generate your ideas, and recognize that your dreams, your goals, and aspirations are not dead. They are not dead in the midst of a pandemic, and nobody can crush your dreams. Nobody can tell you that you can't do it. Don't let anybody belittle you. Never let anybody talk down to you, because you are great. Take care, and remember that any day is a wonderful day to get set free. This is Toy, Miss Toy, your Auntie Toy. I am set free indeed, and I declare the same for you.